Launchpad McQuack.
That's not the actual title of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Drew for Dynamic Menace, and today we are playing Scott Pilgrim EX. It is one of my favorite indie comics, turned one of my favorite movies, turned one of my favorite video games, turned one of my favorite animes, and then, depending how today goes, potentially one of my favorite video games again. We're playing Scott Pilgrim EX. It just came out on all platforms. All right, so a few days ago, the creator on his Instagram, Brian Lee O'Malley, he released a new comic, and it was like only a few pages, but it was like a prequel to this story, and it introduced Metal Scott. Oops, speak of the devil, right? A la Metal Sonic, right? That's one of the things I loved about the comic, is it had like a lot of iconography from a lot of classic gaming, like the fact that the throw rug is an NES controller. From what I understand, this game is more of a sequel to the anime, which was kind of a sequel in its own right to the original story. What do we got? We got 4 of the 7 evil X's. Let's go with Scott. Looks like we're missing Todd Ingram and the Kariyanagi twins. Ooh. Right away, the first thing that I kind of notices is that it feels a little stiff and sluggish. However, if you're familiar with these games at all, you know that usually you increase your all your stats, like your walk speed, your strength, your health, yada yada yada, by eating food and beating up bad guys. So I'm probably gonna have to level up my character. Ugh, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to lose this fight, right? Ugh. All right, I love that they gave him a Tatsu from Street Fighter. And I don't know if we're gonna get more. I'm assuming we get more moves as the game goes on. But we already got our Tatsu. We already got like a super move and a couple specials. Right, I'm gonna play with those. Maybe you can combo. Right. Ugh. I don't know how much depth there is to the combat. We're gonna take it for a walk though, everybody. Come on, take some of that shit. Come on. Yeah, I don't think there's any way you're supposed to win this. Oh, yeah. Iris Metal Scott just kicked the shit out of me, and now he's laughing at me.
Don't let it get you down. You're only human after all.
All right, so it looks like the shops kind of work similarly to the old game. All right, you can buy knickknacks and trinkets, and I'm assuming food and some other stores, and it boosts your stats, like I said. All right, let's see if this combos. Flash kick. In a Tatsu, folks. We're gonna have to mess with this a little bit. I don't know how funky you can get with the combo system, but we're gonna try Ramona. See if she has any sauce. All right, let's take her for a spin. But over the past few years, we've gotten some new Scott Pilgrim media, right? With the anime and this game. And they're both very different than the original story. And you may or may not know, the reason is because the author, Brian Lee O'Malley, said he wasn't really interested in retelling the story again for, what would that be, a 3rd time? No, that'd be a 4th time, right? We're talking about the original books, the game, and the movie. So he said the reason he came back and did the anime was because he had the idea to kind of switch it up and change it up. It starts off kind of going the way you'd expect it to, but it takes a hard left turn. All right, hold on. Is it Julie? I think it's Julie. Yeah, I work here. It's called a job, dork. Not everyone can make a living picking up coins from guys they beat up.
Thank you, Julie.
We gotta stop these vegans from destroying Julie's burger joint. What you got? What's this? Hold on. Okay, we can charge it. We can dump out subspace out of her purse. But the anime, there was a twist that definitely knocked me off balance at the end of the first episode, and I was like, I don't know if I like this, but I gave it a chance. And a few episodes later, I realized that I was getting more character development for Ramona, and you start getting more character development for a lot of the X's. You find out how the breakup went for them, and you kind of get some you empathize with them, because Ramona wasn't super cool about the way she broke up with some of them too. So you kind of feel for them. But all in all, I just liked getting to flesh these characters out even more. Okay. Did we do it? We do it? Yeah. Mission complete. Wow, you saved my job. I'm so thankful. Now stop bothering me.
Thank you, Julie.
Mona's got some tricks. She's a teleport right there. Yeah, I could definitely. I need to root around in her kit a little bit more. After fighting games, I definitely say that beat 'em ups are my favorite genre. Right? They're so much fun.
Why do you suppose you enjoy them so much?
I think it's just the arcadey feel. Was this the Stacy Pilgrim? Yeah, some shops sell snacks to go. Okay. Yeah, I think it just takes me back to the arcade, right? Or original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Simpsons game. Like, yeah, I spent a lot of quarters playing those games, and I feel like we're missing a big component of this too, which is the co-op, right? We haven't even tested that out. I think there is online co-op, but yeah, it just really takes me back to the arcade. Let's see who else we want to use. By Roxy, and whoop, there's a Chun-Li color palette. Oh my gourd. It's like this game is asking me if I want to be best friends right now. And I am proudly looking in the eye and exclaiming, yup, let's do this thing.
So how does this measure up, given your criteria for what makes a good beat 'em up?
That's a tricky answer. It's still pretty early, but right off the bat, I need to address my biases. And I am biased because I have a nostalgic love for the franchise, right? Getting to play this is like getting to see my friends I haven't seen in a long time. And come on, Drew. And plus, I mean, they won big points by adding my main color scheme from Street Fighter, and any references from Street Fighter and a bunch of the other games that I grew up loving. Like all the A's are replaced with Triforces, little touches like that. You're gonna win big points from me. And then plus the fact that I love the retro 16-bit art style that they've employed here. You know? Right? You're speaking Melingi. Okay, hold on. Right? Like Ocarina of Time? Like, how am I not supposed to love this? The Zelda references. But if I was gonna be a little more critical at looking at this, I'm not 100% sure, because it's still early, that there's a depth to the gameplay, right? And when you have a game like Marvel Cosmic Invasion, for example, I think part of the depth comes from the fact that you're picking two characters and you can kind of create synergy between the two, right? You kind of want to find two characters who play off of each other really well. So maybe one character knocks a character back and the other character can web them up and yank them back like Spidey can, and you can kind of create some cool combos and some cool looking interactions. Did you get it? Come on. All right, let's see. Hold on. And that kind of stuff is going to keep me coming back and experimenting with your combat system. And I'm not saying that's not here. I'm just saying that I'm still tinkering with each character's kit, right? What do we got? Still like 3 more characters after this. So I don't know. Wait and see. But like I said, I love the art style, the visuals, and the music is on point. But I just need to play a little more. It's a little early, right? I don't know how much more game we got, but if we're doing a quick check-in, that's where I'm at. Okay, I think Lucas Lee is like the heavy, right? If this were a final fight, he'd be Mayor Mike Hagar. His moves are a little slower, but I think they pack a little bit more of a punch. Damn it. It's like Mortal Kombat. They did to get over here. They keep avoiding this. Let me see if I can get this off. All right, let me see. All right, so yeah, his charge move is a command grab pretty much.
So can you tell me why you're so smitten with the Scott Pilgrim stories?
It came at a point in my life where it kind of lined up with what was going on with me personally, right? I was starting a new relationship. We both were bringing a lot of baggage into it, but we were doing our best to try and make it work. And it was hard, you know? So it definitely resonated with what I had going on at the time. And then, like I said, it had a lot of iconography from things that I hold very dear, you know? A lot of Zelda, and I'm talking about the movie first. I saw the movie first, and then, you know, I'm a comic book nerd. I learned that there was a comic, and I went back and I read all these comics, and the comics expand on what was in the movie. I think the movie took place over the course of like a couple weeks, maybe a month. The books are over a year of their relationship. All right, we got a boss fight with Envy Adams, everybody. Lady Envy, Baroness of Castlevania. Hell yeah. Okay, let's go. All right. Boss fight numero, I don't remember. But we gotta smash Envy Adams' teeth in.
So is there a point in the story where someone suggests or seeks out therapy?
I'm gonna pretend like you didn't just say that. They're all like in their early 20s. Scott's like 22. He's unemployed. There's no way he has like health insurance or like any type of access to therapy, you know? Plus, you kind of just want to see them like grow, and I want to see my characters struggle and figure things out and become better people through their challenges, right? That's why this story's so good, or that's why I like it. Envy and these skeletons are rocking my shit. Ugh. No, I think that's it. No! Oh, Envy! All right. Maybe we should switch back to Scott. All right. This is his beef. Okay. I think this feels a lot more manageable. And it just now dawned on me that I don't think I spent the appropriate time leveling up Lucas Lee, and it's completely my fault. Come on. That's the other thing too, is I'm not using the assists at all. Really, I'm still getting the hang of it. We'll get it. We're gonna get it, folks. You know what else I'm realizing in this moment is that between this and Romeo's a Dead Man, this is the second game in about as many weeks where we get to beat the bejesus out of our ex-girlfriend, right? I'm not celebrating that fact. I'm just making an observation. My keen gamer senses are telling me this is probably a puzzle.
Yet another groundbreaking story from the pages of the medical journal, Duh.
Those two characters up at the top, are they from Seconds? Right? They look like the two characters from Brian Lee O'Malley's other book. I want to play some of the other characters, but I think I might need to level them up some more off screen. So maybe this is the best place to probably wind down for today's episode, because we still have Matthew Patel, Gideon Graves, and Robot 01. And I probably should tinker with like Ramona, Lucas Lee, and Roxy a little bit more too, right? And when we come back, probably we'll see what's up with the co-op, right? But I'm gonna get out of here for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Leave me a like, it really helps our little channel. Subscribe. You'll be around the next time we play some more Scott Pilgrim EX. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.